Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Benjamin's got it. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And Benjamin seems to be in some pain. You see him there, still down. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, hurry! Hey, alert 33. 57, Mike. Hey, high 7. That's right.
Mayfield to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Alert, 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 alert!
56, Mike's 56. You get what I mean?
Greystone, travel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
180. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
You. 57
Smooth.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Mayfield on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
King. 52, 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, 52. 52, Run. Tight down. There you go.
Kill.
One touch.
Go. I'm getting tired of seeing me.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. No.
On first down, Moses. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, the ball.
Mike, 53.
Play action. It's Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards. They'll run on first down. Moses. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
I got it.
Darnold for the red zone now. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Pistol.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Hey, Alpha.
I got you. 57's the Mike. Watch 57.
I got you.
From the 25 on second down, Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll try the left side. Benjamin. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Hey, Zoo!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Mike, 180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Run, run, run.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Hey, Delta.
57. Mike, 57. Watch the pass. Check out.
Regular.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's Darnold. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Switch. Slam. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Hey, alert 33. Regular.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These 2 teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
At the 17-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, alert 33.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Hey, box drop. Check, Curl. I got it.
From the gun, Mayfield. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
King.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. And he spins past him and into space. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And now we'll hook up downfield on 2nd down. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 45 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
King!
Did you want Mike?
Bravo!
So we got man.
Hey, alert! Point it right. Hey, orbit!
Mayfield down. Brought in over the middle by Graham. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Pistol.
Mike, 50 Cent. All day, just like that. Just like that.
Go! Alert! Pistol.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line.
And the Raiders first down.
Mayfield now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And caught by Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
57, Mike. Mike 57.
Let's go. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Alert 3, alert.
Pistol. I got you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw complete to Galladay. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. He'll get this one to Galladay. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kenny Galladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Check. Up, up.
Crunch.
Regular.
Throwing. Mayfield. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
King. Hey, alert 33.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
53, Mike, 53.
Yeah. You don't want nothing.
Here's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
65.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Alert! 57. Mike, 57. I'm coming. Hey, Wood.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
A second down throw for Mayfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Check 99. Run.
On third down, Benjamin. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And out will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Mike, 53.
Faking the give. Darnold. He's going to air one out. An incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey, tight.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. On first down, Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And an alley to run. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 33 and a first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Darnold now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Chris Herndon, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Makes the score. Broncos 35, Raiders 10. Jake Elliott set for kickoff.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And now to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Mayfield now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Check. Run. Check, hot route. Hot.
Mayfield to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Hey, let's go. Here we go.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watch the slants.
On 1st down, Moses. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30, and he gets this one down to the 24. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down now, Moses stays on his feet. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. After the interception, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take a shot right away. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. In for the score. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Broncos 52, Raiders 10. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Broncos 59, Raiders 10. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, Raiders.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. No.
Pistol. Hey, alert 33. Hey, seam 6. Watch out.
Mayfield now from the 50. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
You better be ready. Hey, wahoo! Bang!
On second down, Mayfield again. Looking left sideline, it's complete. That one covers 29 yards, first down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
Point it right. Hey, alert! Done.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to go up top. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Moses, and he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Mike 55. Here we go, team. Here I come.
Darnold. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's It's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 51. It's been long.
Quick the edge. Come.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
All day, every day, any day.
Regular. Pistol. I got it.
Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Denver, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Oakland, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get the extra week to think about this.